What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be drawing mushrooms on Procreate. This is my first Procreate tutorial, so let me know if you like this format. I'll make more videos. To start, using light blue and a pencil, I'm going to sketch out the mushrooms. I'm going to go ahead and draw a little base here. Mushrooms are really easy to draw. Start off with a sideways oval and draw an egg on the top. Then all you got to do is kind of define the mushroom cap and draw a simple stem. So I'm going to go ahead and make 3 of them here. We'll do like a little baby one, and we'll do one big one at the top. And like I said, draw those eggs so you can kind of define that mushroom cap. Cool. Stems are really easy to draw as well. All you need to do is just make them skinny at the top and a little bit fatter at the bottom. If you want to add a little bit of a curve to make it wavy, you can. Cool. Now what I need to do on a new layer is start inking the caps. I'm going to go with hot pink for this first one. Using a solid brush, I'm going to go ahead and start inking the top of the cap. And I can drag the color from the top corner to fill it quickly. So we'll make this second mushroom blue. And the little baby mushroom will make orange. Sweet. Now we can draw the bellies of the mushrooms. I'm going to do that on a new layer. For this, I'm just going to create some quick shapes, some ovals, and fill those in. Now I can move this layer under the caps, and we'll clean it up. All right, now I can add some stems. I'm going to go with the light purple. This is on a new layer. I can quick fill these. All right, now I can go ahead and delete my sketch. I don't need it anymore. Clicking on the caps, tapping on the layer, I want to set the layer to alpha lock. This means whatever I paint will only stay inside the shape that has color. Nothing will go on the outside. This is a perfect technique for doing quick and easy effect fills. For this, I'm going to use a stippling brush. I'll include a link to all the brushes that I use in this tutorial down in the description. So I'm going to select my stippling brush, and we're going to need to choose yellow and kind of fade it down. Again, since this layer is set to alpha lock, none of the color will go on the outside of what has already been filled in. We'll do green on this one. We'll put some yellow on the little orange dude. Rad. Now we can repeat that process for the stems. Tap the layer, tap alpha lock. We're going to go with a darker purple. We're going to let it fade from the top down. And don't worry if you get a little bit messy with the colors. We want these mushrooms to be kind of psychedelic and weird. Sweet. Now we can do the same thing with the bellies of the mushrooms using kind of a brownish gold. We're just going to do it on the inside across the top. That will kind of give it the illusion that it has a cast shadow from the cap. Very cool. I'm going to go ahead, since I'm already on the layers of the bellies, I'm going to use my illustration liner to kind of draw some like little lines. And I'm using the same color that I used for the shadows. That way it kind of matches. Very cool. I'm going to add a little bit more design on the mushroom caps. I'm going to select the layer. It's still on alpha lock, so I'm going to go ahead and make some polka dots in this big one. And we'll do some slime drips on the green one. Since we're at it, let's add some spirals on the little orange one. We'll do this back in orange to kind of pop against that yellow. Very cool. Here's a really easy technique for doing shading on objects. We're going to duplicate this layer, the caps. And what we're going to do, since it's still on alpha lock, we're going to fill this in with dark purple. I'm going to do this just using a big size brush. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the layer to multiply, and I'm going to turn the opacity down. What I want to do next is use the eraser tool with a nice round brush to erase out where the highlights will go. This is a great technique for doing quick shading. This lets you focus on the highlights of the object and not necessarily the shadows. You can use this for just about any point of your digital illustration. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the bellies of the mushrooms, and you can see the cast shadow really pop. So I duplicate the layer, I fill it in purple, and then I set it to multiply. Next, I just use the eraser tool to erase out the parts that I want to stay light. And by adjusting the opacity, you can control how much of that shadow is strong and how much of it is light. This is looking crazy good. Last step, I'm going to add some highlights. I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to select white. Using a round brush, I'm just going to go ahead and draw on some highlights. This is just to give the mushrooms just a little bit extra depth. I can use a thinner brush to even add in some little highlight lines on the stems. And, of course, adjusting the opacity will control the harshness of those highlights. Very cool. Now all I got to do is sign my work. I hope you like this tutorial. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll put links to the brushes down in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.